In the 1970s and 1980s, the analysis of translation shifted from the static linguistic typologies to the emerging functionalist and communicative approach. This wave brought new reference and with them new ideas. In this presentation, we will take a look at Christian Nord's more detailed text analysis model, which continued the functionalist tradition in the 1990s. Nord's model involves analyzing a complex series of interlinked extratextual factors and intratextual features in the source text. In her work, Nord first makes a distinction between two basic types of translation.
There are two types of translation. Documentary translation aims to provide information about the source text. It focuses on preserving the original form, style, and cultural element, so the reader understands how the original was written. These types of translation highlight the original text and often makes it clear that it is translation. Instrumental translation, on the other hand, is intended to function as an independent text in the target culture and language. The translator adapts the context, style, and language in the target audience and context. The goal is to produce the same effect or function, and often the reader might not even realize they are reading a translation.
In her 1997 book, Translating as a Proposal Activity, Nord had proposed a more flexible version of the model, synthesizing many of the elements described in this chapter and highlighting three aspects of the functionalist approaches that they are particularly useful in translator training. The first one is the importance of the translation commission. The second one, the role of EST analysis. And the last one, the functional hierarchy of translation problems. I'm going to tell you a little bit of the importance of the translation commission. So Nord's approach emphasizes the significance of analyzing the translation brief or commission to determine the purpose, the audience, and requirements of the translation project. This helps translator make informed decisions and produce high-quality translation that meet the client's needs.
The role of the source text analysis. Once done with the previous comparison, the source text can be analyzed to decide on functional priorities of the translation strategy. This can be done with a list of intertextual factors, like, for example, the subject matter, the content, the presuppositions, the composition, nonverbal elements, lexic, sentence structure, and some suprasegmental features. Nord expresses that the most important thing is that the text linguistic model includes a pragmatic analysis of the communicative situations involved. The same model should be able to be used for both the source text and the translation to make the results comparable, and like this providing more flexibility.
Basically, Christian Nord is one of the authors that he decided to establish the functional hierarchy to help guide the translation process. Firstly, you decide the main purposes of translation, whether it's documentary or instrumental. Secondly, you think what needs to be adopted from the new reader, such as cultural references or tones. And thirdly, depending on the type of translation, the style, either keeping to close the original culture or adapting more in the target culture.
Now we have some strong points from this theory that are also related to other authors. First, we have Rees and Vermeer. Basically, Nord's theory shares the intended text functions from the Scopus theory without giving too much dominance to the Scopus part. Then we have Rees's work. This one influenced the source text analysis that Nord proposed. In this analysis, she pays attention to the communicative function and genre feature of the source text, its types and language. And then we have that Nord follows up Holzman-Tari's work on the players within the translatorial action with her translation commission analysis. Now, to conclude this presentation, we have a brief sum up. That basically this theory focuses on the source text because it established a series of detailed contents that explains different elements that are important in a source text and how important it is to understand this one first and its culture, its context to translate it to another audience. And this theory was also designed to train other translators because it's a really detailed and helpful process about how to get the most accurate and precise translation with this process.